Hello guys, this is Market Mover here. Welcome to our weekly forecast on XAUUSD. If this is your first time coming through this channel, make sure to the notification bell and also notification, and don't forget to share the link to anyone you find this more interesting so you don't miss out on videos that are going to be coming up. And reminder, this coming week we're going to be having a lot of material which you're going to be learning from me. So XAUSD this week, as for last week, forecast for last week actually played out pretty well on what we're looking at for gold to actually sell from last week Monday. And then in the middle of the week, we should be expecting buys, which that happened. And then on Friday, we see the market actually being in a ranging mode. So this is actually the weekly time frame, and also marking our key levels of interest on this weekly time. It's something that is going to be of utmost importance. So looking at this weekly time frame, all right, so we know very much that gold is still very much bullish after closed above a major bullish support zone, reacting from 4550 to 46, all right, 4550 to 4000. Above those levels, gold is still very much bullish. So the market actually remains highly sensitive to US inflation data. We have also Fed commentary and also the Middle East geopolitical developments that are currently going up. That is some key factors that we want to be looking at for this week if you want to be trading gold. And knowing also the overall bias of gold still remains very much bullish to neutral, all right? So with high volatility expected to increase around CPI and PPI. So we have CPI, PPI this week. So you have to take note of the fundamentals that we have for this week. CPI data, we have the PPI data, jobless claims, and retail sales. Also, we have Fed speakers throughout this week coming, and also the ongoing Middle East tensions. So those are some of the major fundamentals events for this coming week. So having that in place, you will know that even with your technical analysis, all right, anything at any time can actually happen. So from this weekly time frame, we still have this weekly low, which is still holding price. This is even the monthly low actually. After price actually took out the previous low from here, all right, and then we have this key resistance level here, and this will be our next level of interest for price to drop down to. So we have a lot of rates from the upside buy side liquidity already taken. So technically on the weekly time frame, we are still bullish, but a lot of things to actually looking out for on this particular pair. All right. So we are still trading within a broader bullish structure despite the recent corrective moves that we've been having. Corrective moves themselves, right? So we are still continue the higher time frames demand zone, right? Buy resistance near the previous highs remain as well. These resistance points are still for the corrective move to keep up happening. All right. So key zones you want to look out for this particular week: 4750 to 4765, which is the key resistance level. So previous week high and the previous week low. Also, we want to mark that out. So this was previous week high, and we have our previous week low. So those are levels of liquidity. If price wants to buy or sell, we'll target those levels. So let's get down to the daily time frame, right? Not to do too much on that. The daily time frame, and we see what we're having from the daily time frame perspective. So previously we had prices still holding from the daily gap zone, which is that level. All right. So I'm just going to take out this, that daily fair value gap zone, which is still very much respected. I'll take that out as well, and also this level. So previously, the previous week we had, I think that was the third week, we had this low that was being taken after the drop from Monday. We had that low that was then before this rally, and now price at this particular zone. So looking at this price action here, you will see it is what a ranging market we have in there. So from Friday, we see the market consolidating at particular key levels. So the current resistance of this price, which we have uh, taken note of, is 47.65. 47.65. This is that price actually reacted from a key points of interest, a nice uh, supply zone before dropping. So we see that reaction there. So with this supply zone hold price now to the downside, and if that is supposed to happen, what would be the levels of target? All right, those are what we want to put into consideration. And we can see also this level, a level of imbalance here. So meaning that there is the high potential for price to first of all drop before, if actually it wants to continue with the bullish move. And your points of interest will be at this bullish candlestick low, because we can see price action creating what a candle range theory formation here, all right, which we have the previous high and previous low. So we have the candle range high there, then the candle range low. So price, if price wants to sell, then it will have to target this low, have to target this low, right? So this is actually the daily time frame view. All right, this is my daily time frame view on gold. I expect sales on gold first. I expect sales on gold first before any price. All right, from within this supply zone, which we have there. From that supply zone, I expect sales from there. So let's see what is going to happen. I expect to see some drop before price rally back to the upside. Okay, so that is my view on the 4 hour time frame, and we know that the buy we having price is actually sitting on this demand zone here. Price is sitting from this demand zone buys. Okay, so that in mind, let's go to the 4 hour time frame. So what we have on the 4 hour time frame, have to refine the zones on the 4 hour time frame. So if we should do that, we are going to have this. All right. So first, you want to identify if price actually took out liquidity before dropping out from this level. All right. And you will see that it actually did, because these are all levels of liquidity. These are all levels of liquidity at this particular point. All right. Dropping. And from the 4 hour time frame, that zone there on the 4 hour time frame. So we have this on 4 hour time frame. Just going to change um, the colors just to give some difference. So I would expect price to drop, take out the sell side liquidity, which we have in the form of trend line. I expect price to drop from here, take out that sell side liquidity. So if that should happen, the resistance levels from 47.50 to 47.65, holding price, dropping price down to key support levels around 4,700 and also 4670. Those are key support levels as well. For 700, 4670. We also have 4660, which is actually this level of breakout. Level of breakout. It's going to be a point of interest because price drops to this level, it can decide to rally back to the upside. So we have this as well, and also 4580 to this extreme low, which we have what the to this discount level, which we have the other. All right. So this is the breaker block level. That is a breaker block zone. So open Monday, I would be expecting from that key point on the 4 hour time frame. So that is my view on the 4 hour time frame. For 1 hour, I'm just going to end on the 1 hour time frame. So we see we have not much big difference. So from 1 hour time frame, we have price pull back into this level before dropping, and before that happens, we have liquidity from this point. So liquidity taken, and then you have what the sell side liquidity from trend line. All right, so you expect price to drop and take that out. So it's a key points of interest. So this is actually going to be what my view for Monday. That is actually going to be my view for Monday. And the final target will be this bullish order block zone.